Hello everyone. In the last class we have discussed about the levels of abstraction in DBMS. Now we are going to focus on data independence. First we'll see the definition of data independence. This data independence can be defined as ability or capacity to change the schema at one level of a database system without having to change the schema at the next level. That is, without data independence, if we make any changes at the internal schema or internal level, then we have to change the higher levels too. But with data independence, when we change the schema at one level, it doesn't affect the schema at higher levels. These schemas don't change frequently, but if we require to change, with this concept of data independence, any changes made to the schemas will not affect the higher levels. Hope you understand the definition of data independence. We'll see again. Data independence is defined as capacity to change the schema at one level of database system without having to change the schema at the next higher levels. If you want to change the schema at one level, it doesn't affect to the higher levels. So this is about the data independence. And this data independence is of two types. One is physical data independence, another one is logical data independence. First we'll look into the logical data independence. Logical data independence. This logical data independence works between the conceptual schema and the external schema. Now what is logical data independence? It is the ability to modify the conceptual schema without changing the external schemas or application programs. For example, if I want to add new data item or a new attribute, then the modification of conceptual schema will not affect the external schemas because of logical data independence. We can alter the table in any way in this schema without having to change the external schemas or the application programs that refer this conceptual schema. So this is about the first type of data independence, that is logical data independence, which means that ability to modify the conceptual schema without changing the external schemas or application programs. So here we can change the conceptual schema without affecting the external programs. So this is about logical data independence. Now we'll move to the next data independence, that is physical data independence. This type of data independence works between internal schema and the conceptual schema. What is physical data independence? Physical data independence is the ability to modify the internal schema without changing the conceptual schema, right? Physical data independence is the ability to modify the internal schema without changing the conceptual schema. Means what? Changes to the internal schema could be like changing the file location, the access paths, etc. But this doesn't alter or change the conceptual schema as long as the same data is stored or present in the database. And this modification or changes are required or may be needed to improve performance, like for example, changes to the access path might be required to improve the retrieval speed of a particular record, right? And this is about all about physical data independence. That's about it. Like changes may be needed to improve performance, right? That's it. That is about this physical data independence. So this data independence, completely this data independence occurs when we have to change the schema at one level without affecting the schema at the higher levels. Only the mapping between two levels is going to be changed. So what is completely about this data independence? If you want to change any data at the internal levels or at the conceptual levels, the external levels should not be changed. That is the concept of data levels or data independence. So this is about the data independence. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.